Coming up tonight on 10 News, a school shooting in Florida leaves 2 dead.
Also, today is Super Tuesday in the Republican presidential race.
And the EU is looking to resume talks with Iran. All this and more. WTOP Tuesday Night News starts now.
Challenger Rick Santorum hails from Penn.
Today I have replied to Dr. Jalili's letter of the 14th.
Good evening, Oswego, and welcome to WTOP 10 Tuesday Night News, your connection to Oswego and beyond. I'm Dan Myers.
And I'm Samantha Damasio. Today is March 6th, and this is your news, sports, and weather, all before the first commercial break. Let's take a look at your top stories. 10 News starts right now.
Tragic news in Jacksonville, Florida today as a high school shooting results in 2 deaths. Shane Schumerth was terminated earlier in the day after 34 years of work at the school and returned later in the day with an assault rifle in a guitar case. Schumerth went into the office of headmistress Dale Regan, killing Miss Regan and himself. Officials report that no students were believed to be involved.
Investors took a big step back today. The Dow Jones Industrial Average fell 207 points. This is the first time the Dow has suffered a triple-digit loss in 45 days. According to Mark Marshak, senior wealth strategist at Premier, today's drop is based on what is going on globally. Financial stocks were among the hardest hit. The drop is not to be alarming as stocks have had a strong year, slowly and steadily making their way toward their highest levels since 2008.
Well, it was deceivingly sunny, but not too warm today.
It was. A professor of mine was like, go out, enjoy the sunshine. And I was like, all right, a little nice weather, but it was chilly. Had to button up out there.
Boy, I wish my professors told me to go out and enjoy it.
Well, it was after class was over.
Oh, yeah, I mean, we definitely did have a really nice day today, and we have a nicer day in store for tomorrow. Let's take a look at our current conditions outside. Right now, we've got partly cloudy skies, so a good way to start the evening. 36 degrees, that's pretty much where we're going to bottom out for the evening as our temperatures rise throughout the night with that southeasterly breeze. As we look ahead to tomorrow and the next 2 days, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, all looking pretty mixed. Wednesday, though, definitely the peak day of the week, 61 degrees and mostly sunny. Unfortunately, our weather does become unsettled as we head into the latter part of the week. Is that going to keep up into the weekend? Find out later on the full forecast, but right now, we'll go back to the news.
All right, thank you, Pat. 10 states contests across the U.S., but all eyes are on the Midwestern state of Ohio.
With 63 delegates at stake, it's a big prize on Super Tuesday. And one reason it's so important is geography. CNN's Jonathan Mann explains.
Michigan is the boyhood home of Republican frontrunner Mitt Romney. Challenger Rick Santorum hails from Pennsylvania. Right in between the two is Ohio. Both candidates think it's a place they can win, perhaps even a state they have to win.
It really is a test of both the seriousness and the staying power of any presidential campaign in either party. And when it comes to the Republicans, there's a lot of diverse constituencies there.
Ohio offers a microcosm of the U.S. electorate, a mix of urban and rural voters. For Republicans, evangelical Christians and Catholics, and a combination of moderate Republicans and those who vote conservative.
You always seem to be right in the center. No matter what the election, no matter when it is, Ohio is the key.
Plus, Ohio is a bellwether state for the U.S. presidential election. No Republican presidential candidate has ever gone on to win the White House without the state of Ohio.
Voters here are very concerned about electability. They are aware of the central role the state will play in November, and voters that are concerned about electability here are breaking heavily toward Mitt Romney as they have in other states.
And what does that mean for Rick Santorum?
If he loses Ohio, it's going to be a tough slog through the rest of the states. It's doubtful he's going to give up, but it's a real signal that the Romney campaign is going to have strong momentum going into the rest of the state primaries.
Jonathan Mann, CNN reporting.
And now our live reporter, Alan Wenger, is here with an update on an important day in the Republican presidential race.
Alan, how is Super Tuesday shaping up?
Well, as you can see from the package, there's 10 states up for grabs with 419 delegates up for stake. Now, 6 winners have been announced so far, and here's the breakdown. Romney, who came hot off of 3 wins last week, has won 3 wins so far tonight. Those wins are his home state of Massachusetts, and he's also won Vermont and Virginia. But the thing about Virginia is only he and Ron Paul were on the ballot. Rick Santorum so far has 2 wins in Tennessee and Oklahoma. He said of his wins, "We were up against some pretty enormous odds in each state, and we are ready to win across this country." Now, Newt Gingrich has 1 win in his home state of Georgia with an astounding 49% of the votes. He said, "If I couldn't carry my home state of Georgia, I'd have no credibility." And then he went on to make an allusion to the children fable, Tortoise and the Hare, by saying, "I'm the tortoise of the GOP presidential race." Now, the Ohio race is still too close to call, but that's the one that we should be watching tonight. I'll be back later on in the show with some more results. For now, let's take a look at your world news.
High Representative for Foreign Affairs Catherine Ashton has confirmed that she has offered to resume talks with Iran on the nuclear issue. The head of the UN atomic watchdog, IAEA, has called for fresh guidance from member states on how to jumpstart its stalled probe into Iran's suspected nuclear weapons drive.
To Dr. Jalili's letter of the 14th of February. On behalf of China, France, Germany, the Russian Federation, the United Kingdom and the United States of America, I have offered to resume talks with Iran. We hope that we will be able to now pursue with Iran constructive engagement with the purpose of addressing the international community's concerns about the nuclear program. We will in the course of the next few days decide the dates and the venue.
Top members of the computer hacker group Anonymous were arrested and charged in Manhattan court today. The alleged hackers had a role in high-profile cyber attacks against government agencies and large companies. A 6th man pleaded guilty back in August to computer hacking and other crimes. As part of his plea deal, he cooperated with government investigators, helping to build a case against the 5 other defendants. Anonymous is considered a loosely tied group of the most sophisticated hackers in the world. Recently, the group has focused their efforts on coordinating cyber attacks for political reasons.
Well, there was big news today in the Peyton Manning saga today.
All right, well, we'll take a full look at that with Zach Fischel.
Thank you, Sam. Well, one big sports story making
New York State Police in Fulton have arrested a man after an investigation of a drive-by shooting in Granby Monday morning led them to him. Eric Gardner was charged with criminal possession of a weapon in the 2nd degree and criminal possession of stolen property in the 4th degree, with additional charges pending. Police say that no injuries were reported, but the house was targeted by Gardner as he was an ex-boyfriend of a resident of the house. Gardner was arraigned in DeWitt Town Court and remanded to the Onondaga County Justice Center on $100,000 cash or $200,000 bond.
West Genesee Superintendent Christopher Brown says everything went as planned today after a written bomb threat. The high school on West Genesee Street in Camillus was evacuated as a precaution shortly after noon today. Brown says the district has worked with police and fire officials to make an evacuation an efficient process. The community was notified and updated through social media, specifically on Twitter.
Numerous reports of house fires hit dispatchers in Oswego County late Monday night. The first was a mobile home fire reported in the early evening in the town of Parrish. In the town of Orwell, a chimney fire that spread to the attic on Route 22 was reported, and a third came from a kitchen fire from a wood stove in the town of Schroppel. As of now, no injuries have been reported. And coming up after the break, some Latin jazz right here on campus.
And now, Oswego students are giving back to the community. Stay tuned, you're watching WTOP Tuesday Night News.
Canale's Italian Restaurant, serving the Oswego community since 1954. Located at 156 West Utica Street, always featuring family-style Italian cuisine. Also in stock are Canale's frozen dinners, sauces, and dressings. Dine in, take out, or delivery on or off campus. 315-343-3540 and online at canalesrestaurant.com.
Hong Kong Chinese Restaurant, located at 41 West Bridge Street with all of your Chinese food favorites, as well as sushi. Open late every day. Takeout and delivery
18,
available
19,
both on
20,
and off campus.
21, 22, 23.
342-8553 and online at www.hongkong68.com.
The Oswego MBA program, helping you achieve your goals with a customized curriculum developed with flexibility in mind. Take classes year-round, full or part-time in Oswego, online or at the Metro Center in downtown Syracuse. More information is available online or by calling 315-312-2911.
Come see the performance Women Aloud this Thursday evening at 5:30 at the Auditorium, room 132 in the Campus Center. These poems, songs, and monologues will honor the past and inspire the future in solidarity with International Women's Day. This fundraiser is also to support the Women's Studies Scholarship. Admission is $2 for Oswego students and $5 for the general public. For more information, call 312-3277.
SUNY Oswego students are participating in the Adopted Grandparent Program for their 7th year in a row. This semester, they have once again chosen Bishop's Common as their site. Every Wednesday throughout the semester, students visit in the afternoon for games of shuffleboard, golf, cards, and crafts. Students also make time to visit those residents who may not want to participate in the activities, but still enjoy the company of the students. Oswego's group of students bring energy and enthusiasm that is appreciated by all.
There was a little Latin flavor added to the Oswego State Jazz Ensemble practice tonight. Latin jazz saxophonist David Sanchez led a seminar using Oswego's Jazz Ensemble in Waterman Theater this evening. The Grammy Award-winning artist gave tips to the musicians and delivered a lecture on harmonics. Sanchez will be playing tomorrow night in Waterman Theater as the frontman of his musical group. The event starts at 7 and the tickets are available through the Oswego State box office. And I don't know, hopefully this upcoming weather will be a nice tease to maybe spring break, have some nice weather.
Definitely. It looks like Pat has some good stuff in the forecast for us. What's it looking like out there for us, Pat?
We would like to apologize for the audio technical difficulties, but right now let's go right back to weather with Pat Calvin. Sorry, we're still having technical difficulties, but when we come back, we will have an update on the Super Tuesday contest. But first, here is your late night menu.
Canale's Italian Restaurant, serving the Oswego community since 1954. Located at 156 West Utica Street, always featuring family-style Italian cuisine. Also in stock are Canale's frozen dinners, sauces, and dressings. Dine in, take out, or delivery on or off campus. 315-343-3540 and online at canalesrestaurant.com.
The Oswego MBA program, helping you achieve your goals with a customized curriculum developed with flexibility in mind. Take classes year-round, full or part-time in Oswego, online or at the Metro Center in downtown Syracuse. More information is available online or by calling 315-312-2911.
Hong Kong Chinese Restaurant, located at 41 West Bridge Street with all of your Chinese food favorites, as well as sushi. Open late every day. Takeout and delivery available both on and off campus. 315-342-8553 and online at www.hongkong68.com.
And now our live reporter Alan Wenger is back with an update on the important day in the Republican presidential race. Alan, what's the latest on Super Tuesday?
Well, Samantha, I have some breaking news since I was here last. Rick Santorum has claimed another state, that state being North Dakota, with approximately 40% of the votes. That means that Santorum has 3 wins tonight, and Romney also has 3 wins, as well as Gingrich having 1 win in Georgia. Now, the Ohio race is still very close to call. It's a very important race with 63 delegates up for grab. Currently, 60% of the votes have been tallied, but the leads are very close. Santorum has 38% of the votes, and Romney has 36. So I imagine that they won't be able to call a winner until all the votes have been counted for this one. Also, the exit polls for the Ohio race have shown that it's a very tight race. Idaho is another state that had elections today, and Idaho has just started its processing its votes, so those results should be coming in soon. Also, Alaska, voting is still open there, so it should be a while before we hear back from them. In terms of what this means in the big picture, a candidate needs 1,144 delegates to win the primary. Romney now has 208 delegates, Santorum has 107, Gingrich has 77, and Ron Paul has 52. We'll see what happens tonight with Ohio. It should be an interesting night. Now back to the desk with Sam and Dan.
Republican Bob Dieterich will hold a press conference Wednesday afternoon to announce that he will run against U.S. Representative Democrat Paul Tonko in November. Dieterich is a senior vice president at First National Bank of Scotia and was named the CFO of the Year in the under $20 million business category by the Business Review last year. Republican Jim Burmaster, who lost to Tonko in 2008, said Dieterich has an uphill battle, stating that Albany will be a challenge for any Republican to win against Tonko.
2 key state lawmakers gave a warm reception to a set of proposed congressional districts, released this morning by U.S. Magistrate Roanne Mann. According to Assembly Speaker Sheldon Silver, the congressional lines became a lot clearer today. Senator Mike Nozziolo is very pleased with the proposal, referring to it as a centerpiece for the final plan.
Well, we got Oswego softball, Kobe Bryant still on fire, and Sidney Crosby may be ready to play.
All right, sounds like a lot of good stuff. Let's take a full look at sports with Zach Fischel.
Thanks, guys. Impact this spring is the Oswego softball team. The squad under second-year head coach Casey Price expects to make some noise as well as improve on last year's 7-27 record. The Lakers have many key players this year as well as one senior in Shannon Baker. The Lakers opened their first contest in Florida against Simmons College on March 9th. And one man has been shining in the NBA in the last couple of days. That man has been Kobe Bryant. Not only has the shooting guard been averaging 34 points a game, but he's done it all while wearing a mask. Kobe's rationale for wearing the mask is a broken nose he suffered in the NBA All-Star game. Los Angeles fans are still ecstatic that their superstar can put up numbers, and one local fan, Brandon Honig, described the hype in saying, "You can't stop the Black Mamba." And so far, it seems that he's more than right. And lastly, according to team doctors, Sidney Crosby's head is clear enough to practice, that is. The NHL superstar returned to full action, but his condition for playing in games is still murky. The concussion symptoms resurfaced in December, and even though the Pittsburgh Penguins have not had him, they have still been surging. His return to the lineup would solidify an already strong Penguins squad, and Crosby commented on the matter, saying, quote, "It's a good step. Hopefully I can keep more momentum and get out of there soon." Either way, it seems that the Penguins fans have yet another reason to stay optimistic. And that's it for sports. Now back over to the news desk.
All right, thank you, Zach. And when we come back, a lot of students are seeing double at a Utah school.
And Oreo is celebrating a big birthday. Keep it right here. You're watching WTOP 10.
Canale's Italian restaurant, serving the Oswego community since 1954. Located at 156 West Utica Street, always featuring family-style Italian cuisine. Also in stock are Canale's frozen dinners, sauces, and dressings. Dine in, take out, or delivery on or off campus. 315-343-3540 and online at canalesrestaurant.com.
The Oswego MBA program helping you achieve your goals with a customized curriculum developed with flexibility in mind. Take classes year-round, full or part-time in Oswego, online or at the Metro Center in downtown Syracuse. More information is available online or by calling 315-312-2911.
Hong Kong Chinese Restaurant, located at 41 West Bridge Street with all of your Chinese food favorites, as well as sushi. Open late every day. Takeout and delivery available both on and off campus. 315-342-8553 and online at www.hongkong68.com.
Here's a dive into the lighter side of news. Talk about seeing double. One of Utah elementary schools is home to 15 sets of twins.
Bob Evans shows us some of the unique challenges faced by teachers and parents at the school.
At least one set of twins in each grade level. We do have a 5th grade class that has 2 sets of twins in one classroom.
It's hard to walk down the halls of West Clinton Elementary and not run into at least one twin.
We call them our mini-me's because Bridger is almost a little mini-me of my husband, and Cambria is lots of mannerisms just like me.
Some of the siblings have the same teacher and go through the same lesson plans as their twin.
It's pretty funny when they come home from school, they'll have a race. Who can whip out their schoolwork and show it to me fastest?
The ones that request they're in the same classes, so they have the same homework, and it's easier for the parents to help them.
But other parents actually requested that their kids be put in separate classes.
It's a lot easier separating them because they're so dependent on each other. So it's a lot easier to separate them and let them make their own friends and be their own selves.
A lot of times parents that request the kids are in different classes. It's more of a competition with the kids. They don't want them to be competing in the same classroom.
Advantages definitely is they always have a playmate.
But the kids being so close with each other doesn't always work in favor of their parents.
Cambria had a loose tooth, and I was trying to pin her down and pull it out, and he jumped on top of me and was going to take me down.
Still, Mom knows the twins do these things out of love for each other.
Because she was crying and he was going to protect her, so very protective.
Well, it's been a century since the first person twisted, licked, and dunked. Today is Oreo turns 100 today. The cookie started on March 6, 1912 in a Manhattan biscuit factory. To celebrate, Kraft, the company that owns Oreo now, is releasing a limited edition birthday cake version of the cream-filled sandwich cookies. Oreos are sold in 100 countries and fetch more than $1 million in global revenue. The cookies even have a Facebook following with 25 million fans. A statement on Oreo's official website says, in a world that's become too far too adult, a couple of adult Oreo cookies, a glass of milk, and a shared twist, lick, and dunk is all it takes to set your inner kid loose. On the site, you can send a birthday video messages, and for $3.99, you can buy a cookie gram and send a coupon to a friend's smartphone for an Oreo of packages.
For Prince Harry, it was an all-out sprint. For his competitor, an easy jog. The British royal took part in a friendly race with Olympic sprinter Usain Bolt during a visit to Jamaica. Later, Prince Harry had lunch with the Prime Minister, who wants to replace Queen Elizabeth as head of state in Jamaica.
Well, those cute furry girls aren't puppies. Look at those claws. Those are baby bears, and they made their public debut at the Hollywood Animal Park in South Carolina this past weekend. The 8-week-old triplets are Syrian brown bears, one of the most endangered and rarest bear species in the world. A Holly Wild zookeeper says hunters kill wild Syrian bears for food, clothing, and bile. Some Chinese people believe the bile can cure rheumatism, poor eyesight, and gallstones. The bears are only 8 pounds each now, but they'll typically weigh 350 to 450 pounds as adults. And now we are going to take a look at your full forecast with Chief Meteorologist Pat Calvin.
All right, thank you. Oswego, can you hear me now? All right, Chief Meteorologist Pat Calvin, let's take a look at your full forecast right now. 36, that's where we're going to bottom out for tonight on those partly cloudy skies thanks to this southerly breeze here at 7 miles an hour. As we take a look at the almanac, we had 38 degrees today, so we were right around average. Tomorrow, however, this number is going to be looking more like this number as our temperatures soar thanks to that southerly breeze that's coming in tonight and into tomorrow. Today we had no precipitation, and our sunrise and sunset getting closer every day that we approach the summer solstice. The sunset today at 6:02. Taking a look at the temperatures around New York State. 41 in the Big Apple, 30 in the state capital across western and central New York. We're in the upper 30s. Here in the North Country, these are our cold spots in the low 20s. That's because we have a warm front pushing its way across New York State. So this warm air settled down here in western New York is going to be moving its way through the state as we go through the overnight hours. As we take a look at your satellite image right now, we are pretty dry here throughout the Ohio River Valley into the northeast. This slot of clouds here, that gave us that overcast conditions overnight, throughout the afternoon and towards dinner time. That's pushing its way out of here, and we're looking at a beautiful day for tomorrow. The IntelliCast surface map shows what I just said, except we do have this low pressure system over the Dakotas and the upper Midwest. That's going to be moving its way into our area and affecting our weather as we go into Thursday. But for tomorrow, what we really have to worry about is this red line. Now, red doesn't mean bad here. This is a warm front. This will be pushing its way into our region, and tomorrow the temperatures will soar. Beautiful conditions tomorrow. Right now, as we take a look at the IntelliCast radar, high and dry throughout the most of the country. Out here in the west, though, a little bit of precipitation on the heels of that system that's moving its way through the country, but really nothing to deal with. In our area, as we take a closer look here, you can see just a small line of showers here. That pushed its way through our region, and we're done. We are done with the precipitation and the rain and the snow, everything. We're done with it until Thursday. So taking a look right now at your future cast, going into 1 a.m., that system pushes its way out of here, and we're high and dry. Going into tomorrow morning, you're off to work, off to class, 7 a.m., not a cloud in the sky. Perfect way to start the middle of the week. And as we go into the latter part of the day, 1 p.m., going out to get lunch, something, just a few scattered clouds start to build over western New York. Overall, nothing too bad. So taking a more detailed look at your forecast for tonight, partly cloudy and mild. Again, we bottomed out here at 36 degrees with our southerly wind at 10 to 15. That's bringing up all that warm, moist air from the south. And as we go into tomorrow, record-breaking warmth. That's right, 61 degrees tomorrow, the warmest day of 2012. Mostly sunny, absolutely brilliant day. Get out there and enjoy it. Those southerly winds continue 10 to 15 miles an hour, bring up that really nice warm air from the south. And as we go into tomorrow night, the southerly breeze continues, so that means mild temperatures, 47 degrees, becoming cloudy late though as that system pushes in from the Midwest, but overall, can't complain. And as we take a look at your 5-day forecast, we start the middle of the week on a really nice note here, sunny conditions, 61 degrees, the best forecast I've been able to give all year. Unfortunately, as we head into the latter part of the week, we become unsettled as that front pushes through and our temperatures take a nosedive as we go into Friday and Saturday. However, though, we do clear out once we hit the weekend and our temperatures even moderate by Sunday, approaching 50 degrees. So overall, probably one of the best forecasts I've been able to give here this semester.
I like it, Pat. Are these 60-degree temperatures going to be a preview for spring break this coming week?
Well, it depends where you're going for spring break. I know for us, I'm not really sure what it's going to be for us, so you can't really forecast out that far. However, some of the longer range forecast models have been suggesting that we're going to see a much warmer spring and summer than usual.
That's what I like to hear.
I hear
Temperatures
ya.
are taking a nosedive, but we're going to be on our way out, so that doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Well, that's going to do it for us here at WTOP 10 News. For the 10 News team,
I'm Zachary Fischel.
I'm Patrick Kavlin.
And I'm Samantha Mascio.
And I'm Dan Myers. Thanks for joining us tonight, Oswego, and we'll see you tomorrow.